you seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Ask and it shall be opened unto you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. The telecommunication industry plays a crucial role in today's world, connecting people, businesses, and government and serving as the backbone of modern technology. But behind every successful telecommunication enterprises lies a well-structured and innovative business model that ensures growth, efficiency, and customer satisfaction. As the renowned management consultant Peter Drucker once said, the purpose of business is to create and keep a customer. In the telecommunications sector, this principle holds even greater significance, where evolving technology and customer expectations demand dynamic and robust business models. To shed light on this critical aspect, we are privileged to have with us an esteemed speaker, Professor Jayaraman Krishnaswamy Sir, who is an expert in this field. We invite Professor Jayaraman Krishnaswamy Sir with role briefing. We acknowledge the presence of Professor Bhavanarayana Sir, former Principal IC President at Pedanti Institute of Management, Hyderabad, amidst us today, and welcome Sir with Roland greetings. Thank you, Sir. Thank you, ma'am. To give us a deeper insight of the accomplishments and contributions of our esteemed speaker for today, I now invite Dr. Santoshi Ma'am, Head Department of Mathematics, to present the speaker profile.
Thank you, Kulsu. Respected guests, for today, Professor Jayanaran Krishnamurthy Sir, Professor Bhavnarayan Sir, and my dear students, a warm afternoon to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce the speaker for today, Professor Jayanaran Krishnaswamy. Professor Jayanarayan Krishnaswamy has 38 years of teaching, research, and consultancy experience in operations management and quantitative research networks. He was awarded with an Outstanding Teacher and Service Excellence Award for consecutive 4 years at University Things, Malaysia, Penang. Sir has guided 2 BBA candidates, 13 PhD research scholars, and 150 postgraduate students with their projects and research in management and business. He has completed 8 Malaysian government grant projects successfully and has published more than 135 international journal articles in the management science. Professor Krishnaswamy has conducted workshops on research methodology, structural equations modeling, multivariate statistical analysis, operations, and quality management concepts in numerous universities around the globe. Sir has been invited as a keynote speaker, chairperson, and resource person for many international national conferences and symposiums. He has been the editor-in-chief of Taylor's Business Review Journal for the last 4 years. Sir has been an industry consultant for Motorola, Intel, Royal Selangor, Ford, eMark, Airtel, Office Tiger, and Astron RR Donnelly, among others. He was a visiting professor in Newcastle University, Australia, Nuremberg University, Germany, St.Ann University, South Korea, Sri Jayawardhana University, Sri Lanka, and Yesena University, Kazakhstan, and served a few administrative positions including the Senate member of Taylor's University, Malaysia. I think with this vivid and vibrant profile of Sir, we are indeed privileged that Sir is here today to share his expertise and knowledge, and let us all make the most out of this. We are welcoming Sir with a big round of applause. Sir, the floor is all yours. And I hope the students, especially the BBA students here, the first and second year students, make the most out of it. Okay? And if you have any queries or anything regarding your career prospects, you can definitely ask Sir. Sir, I request you to guide our students. Please welcome.
Thank you very much, madam, for your nice words about me. Uh, First of all, I would like to thank the principal, Dr. Sister Vijaya Rani, and our Vice President of Academy for Global Business Advancement, Professor Bhavan Narayan, and then Professor Vijaya Lakshmi, actually, yes, and Madam Santoshi for having invited me to give a talk to you. I see a big gathering here with so many girls. I'm extremely happy to see your college with something like grand functional mood, all of you, with the Arabic attire. Am I right? So all girls are enjoying, jumping, dancing inside the campus. So I never expected such a grand gala welcome to me actually. I'm taking it that way. So feeling very happy for you. Okay, so today I would like to talk on something on Suddenly's innovation. I think the title is in the next slide. I think. Can you? This is my title: Construction of Business Models in Telecommunication Industry. I was told that BBA students are here. Can you please raise your hands? First year and second year. Oh, it's a very good number. And then mathematics students, you are all in which year? Second year. So it's a very good gathering of more than 100 girls here. What is the capacity of this hall? Huh? 250. Then that means around 200 girls are sitting around. Oh, I'm extremely happy to see you, all of you. So I returned back only last week from USA. My two daughters are staying. My first daughter is in Austin, Texas, and second daughter is in California. So I stayed with them for 6 months and I returned back. Then last week I was giving a workshop for Amrita University, Coimbatore. And this week I have been asked by Professor Bhavana to give a workshop for you. So I'm extremely happy for that. All of you had your lunch?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted. My students should not suffer, and then only you will listen to my talk today. Okay, now next slide, please. Now, first I'm going to talk on, no, first I'm going to talk on what is innovation. Now, innovation is unbelievable. We actually state the slogan. It is unbelievable. How to innovate, how to do some discovery, how to make it creative. Whatever we do, we have to do it with the change, isn't it? So something with a small difference. Do something with a small difference. That is innovation actually. In simple terms. Whatever you want to do it with a small change. Okay, then you will be going beyond the box. Whenever you are going out of the box, that we call it something creative, something new, something, innovative like that. So therefore, the first thing is we have two types of innovation. One is radical innovation. The other one is incremental innovation. For example, I have shown you 4 pictures here. Am I right? Suppose you are starting a new brand of product which is not available in the market, then we say it is radical, it's new, brand new. And this person, for example, yesterday you heard an AI app. What is that from China? Yesterday, one app got crashed all the AI apps in USA, and the USA Sensex was down more than 800 points because of this company in China. Have you heard of that company? What is the name of the company? DeepSeek. Very good. Let us give big applause to that girl. DeepSeek is the app connected with the artificial intelligence, and they say now in USA there are many companies which are preparing for AI apps. You might be knowing like Google Gemini, that is one. Can you name some of the other AI apps? Very good. Then there are so many apps now for artificial intelligence. Now, what DeepSeek says that we can give the open access app for lesser price compared to the existing apps like Google Gemini, ChatGPT by Microsoft, and then so therefore the NVIDIA stock. Have you heard of NVIDIA? They are the pioneers in introducing AI to the world. Now that stock was crashed yesterday to the extent of 580. You must be heard of that yesterday's news. 5,800 crores one day because of this DeepSeek startup company, which says we can give a fraction. If you can give fraction of money which is spent by NVIDIA, the same AI process we can give it to the world. Look at what type of innovation they are doing now. Understand? This is the latest news yesterday. DeepSeek. Please read the article about DeepSeek on AI innovation. The talk of the town today is artificial intelligence. Isn't it? Whether you are a management student or business students, when you go for job outside, you will come across at one point of time artificial intelligence today, AI. So therefore, my dear students, you have to do your project something related to new concepts. I won't say artificial intelligence, but you have to take your project. BBA students, you have compulsory project, or you will be going internship in the last year to companies. Yes or no? You will be going, isn't it, to the companies individually or group wise? Individually. So that's really great. So when you do project, think of something new, something different from the existing things. All right? Okay. Now we will go on to this radical innovation. Now I was working for Loyola College Chennai for more than 20 years. Then Reverend Father Leo Korea appointed me as a lecturer because I was rank holder for Madras University. So I got my appointment immediately in 1984. So when I had casual talk with Father Leo Korea, which is the most likely invention by you in the globe? He was telling immediately electricity. Without electricity, we cannot live today. Am I right? So electricity is the profound invention. Even Professor Abdul Kalam used to tell in colleges that the one electricity is the most favorite invention I have heard of in the world. Okay? So why I'm telling this is radical innovation where the electricity was introduced to the world, and without electricity, nothing will function today. Am I right? That is radical innovation. Whereas, if you generalize some aspects or modify something or do something slightly different from others, that is called actually incremental innovation. So you should know what is radical innovation. Suppose you are introducing something new which is not existing in this globe, then that is like deep sea AI. That is an invention, and it's a great invention with a much cheaper cost compared to all the existing companies in USA itself. So therefore, that is radical innovation. Now coming to other one, incremental innovation. I have given the pictures. Now the first one is a very old model. You can do only printing, right? So that is actually radical innovation because it was introduced in the beginning during very long back actually. That is radical innovation. After that, you see the models. 3 in 1, incremental innovation. Now the first one can be used only for printing, whereas the second one is used for xeroxing, that is photostat, as well as for photostating. Am I right? Then you can do printing, then you can do scanning also. You understand? The third one, 5 in 1 with the additional features. Whereas the last one, if you see, that is really radical innovation because today, if you keep the book into this machine, then you will get all the pages xerox. You need not have to keep pages one by one. But what an innovation! So that is actually radical innovation. Keep the book into the machine and get Xerox the entire book, and that will give you even you can bind the book and get it back as original. So that is this machine. You understand? So now actually, you know this Gillette Gillette company. You know what they are manufacturing? Gillette product. That is shave blades, you know. Now, what is the innovation they made, you know? You just buy the shaving blade, the rod you can keep it, holder. Whereas you can buy the blades and insert it inside. That is being practiced, which is cost effective. Do you get the point? Which is highly cost effective. Now, what I'm telling is all innovation projects are not leading to success. You must know that. Suppose I'm doing something new, it may not get attraction from the customer sometimes. So therefore, most of the innovation projects fails actually in the industry. Example, Colgate company. Now, Colgate company introduced the toothbrush. Now, they say you can keep the handle of the brush and then the top portion will be replaced. You can insert it. So they gave the toothbrush for the same cost but with 3 brushes. But that project was highly innovative but not at all successful in the market. That was there for just 2 or 3 months. Colgate, such a big company, in India, they started a very innovative product of toothbrush, but no customers are interested to buy that, mainly because when you insert the brush into the handle, then it shakes. And when you brush it on the teeth, it doesn't actually serve the purpose. So therefore, the innovative product becomes waste. So what I'm telling is, don't people talk about innovation, creativity, all that. But then if the product or the gadget is useful to the market, then your innovation will be successful. Otherwise, it may lead to worst consequences. All right? Okay, next slide, please. Now, there are different types of categorization of innovation. One is technical innovation. For example, ATM. If you have ATM card, you insert it in the machine and get the money. And you can also insert it and you can get your account details, your number, what is the balance in your account, all that. So that is technical innovation. Non-technical innovation, for example, we did one project for St.Ann Metropolitan School in Chennai. So there what we do is once the student enters into the school, we just display the birthday greetings, if that is the birthday for the girl or boy, and also the achievements made by the student. So on all the 365 days of the year, the screen in the school will display a particular student's achievements based on their birthday. That is actually non-technical innovation we are talking about. Alright? Say digital library, the other thing would be. Then marketing innovation. You are starting a new product or existing product with some changes. Then that is called marketing innovation. The next one is organizational system. That is, you are changing the system existing in the organization into a new system. That is organizational innovation. Now, nowadays, we used to first, the floppies. Have you remember that? Floppies, one-sided floppy, two-sided floppies, like that, with less configuration. All right? Then we moved into disk. Am I right? CD. You remember that? CDs. Then we have gone to what? Pen drive, which can store better than the other two. Now we have what? Hard disk. Which company is producing? Can you name one hard disk? Western Union is actually doing this hard disk in Malaysia. I don't know the company in India actually. I get. Okay. So they are actually manufacturing the hard disk. Now, here the Korean company has started now a fridge. I think it is available in India also, fridge, but it is very costly, more than 1 lakh, I think. You can store any amount of data in the fridge. Why? Because we keep always on the fridge. Do you agree with me? 24 hours the fridge will be on. So your data is safe in the fridge. Alright? So you can store any amount of data in the fridge. This is the latest technology in Korea, which is being introduced throughout the world now. Okay? Next slide, please. Now, I'm going to give you different models which we actually developed along with one of the Iranian students, St.Ann. So she did actually PhD under me. I guided for more than 15 PhD research scholars. All are working in different parts of the world as lecturers now. Okay. So can you go to the next slide, please? Now, what is this? What are the? See, we wanted to study the difference between two telecommunication industries in Malaysia. Now, the telecommunication providers, there are 7 in Malaysia, like Digi, then Maxis, then U Mobile, and then Celcom. Like that, there are 7 service providers. Can you name one in India? Telecommunication sector? Airtel, then BSNL, then Jio. Like that, there are many, telecommunication industries in Malaysia. So Jio is owned by Reliance company, right? Reliance in India. Okay, now what is the problem here for our PhD topic is, now these two companies, namely Digi and Maxis, we studied only Digi and Maxis because the subscription of these two companies contribute to almost 60% in Malaysia. So 60% of the subscribers are for Digi and Maxis. Now Maxis is owned by one Mr. Anandakishan. He is the richest person, number 1 richest person in Malaysia. Okay, so Maxis contribute for about at that time, because we did this research in 2014, at that time, Maxis subscribers were around, say, 25%, and Digi about 35%. So both the Digi and the Maxis contribute for 60% of the clients in Malaysia, which is very high. The remaining 5 subscribers were not doing that much because the innovations these two companies did long back, 2 decades back, is fantastic and fabulous. For example, these are the innovations done by Digi over the years. And Digi company is an international telecommunication industry, whereas Maxis is a local Malaysian company. This is the major difference. Now, the problem, the research gap for us is with the maximum subscribers, Digi's revenue is less compared to Maxis. Why? This is the research gap. So with the less subscribers, Maxis is doing well in terms of revenue. Whereas Digi with more subscribers, they were not able to do good in terms of revenue generation. So this made us to take up these two companies and study whether innovation plays a role. Because if I do more innovation, obviously customers will be attracted and thereby I will get more customer base, that is subscribers. So this was a problem we have taken, and we took all the innovations done by Digi. Next slide please. This is the innovation done by Maxis. Okay. Then we did actually SWOT analysis. What is the expansion of SWOT? Exactly. Strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. Very good. So we did SWOT analysis separately for Digi as well as for Maxis, and we wanted to know which company is doing better innovation ideas. Okay, so this is our first journal article. I will give you the list of journal articles we published from this particular topic. Okay, next one. Now the second paper, you go to the next slide. I show the picture only. Now we developed step by step the business model. So the first business model is comparing the two companies' innovation. That's all, nothing else. And then we have said these are the strength of Digi, these are the strength of Maxis. Similarly, we found what are the weakness of Digi and Maxis. So this was our first journal article to begin with. Then we gradually improved. Okay, we presented our papers in the companies. We got actually non-disclosure agreement. Non-disclosure agreement means we are not supposed to reveal the data. Whenever we present the data, we give either right truncated data or left truncated data. We never display the entire data of the two companies because we had NDA with them, non-disclosure agreement. Okay, now the second model is actually following DART model, D-A-R-T. Now this was actually invented by Mr. Professor Prahalad and Ramaswamy, an Indian authors, in 2004. Okay, now what they say, the expansion of DART is, D stands for dialogue. Whenever you introduce a new product to the market, or new gadget, or new people, or new materials, machines, etc., you should have dialogue, which we call brainstorming session. Have you heard of brainstorming session? Yes or no? So before I start any topic in the class, I will ask my students to sit as a group. I will give the different subtopics in the main topic and then ask them to discuss and come up with the ideas and present it on the board. Then I will start my lecture. Based on the inputs I got from the students, I elaborate. Do you understand? That is called actually brainstorming session. So that is dialogue. Then access to people, gadgets is very difficult today because it involves finance. Am I right? So the third one is risk. I want to start with my creation, a new film, but no one is interested to see the film means it is high risk because I produce with so much of cost, but I am not getting attraction from the fans. We understand that is the risk involved. Though you may say it is highly innovative, people are not for it. So that risk is involved. So that is R. The next one is transparency. Very, very important. So this is the expansion of DART model. DART. Dialogue, access, risk, and transparency. We want to know how these four parameters influence the innovation strategy. So you have some strategy which is formulated with the time frame, with the cost, with the scope. Whenever we do innovation project, three things are very important. One is the time frame. If you are not doing your innovation within the time frame, somebody will do it and then yours become what? Outdated. Your innovation will be outdated. That is one. Timeline is so important. The second one is scope. What is the scope of your innovation? If it doesn't cover the maximum population, then whatever you do, it is of no interest. Normally, we say in business, it should capture at least 1% of your population when you start something. So otherwise, your business won't be successful. So that is second one. The third one, so time is one, scope is two, then the cost, that is very important because we are going to get sponsorship or franchise by some other partners. So therefore, we should be very careful about the amount which we spend towards the innovation project. So therefore, we want to know how these four variables influence on innovation strategies and thereby it actually contributes for market performance. So market performance, I mean, it is nothing but new customer base. I will expand my client base. That is one market performance. Or existing customers who are loyal to us. That is loyalty because they are satisfied with our innovation strategy and thereby they will be loyal to us. We understand that is what we mean by market performance. All right. So we have the inputs, we have the output. We want to test which are the variables are really influencing innovation strategy and thereby it influences on performance, market performance. So we found that except the access, all the three variables, namely dialogue, risk, and transparency, they are actually, risk is negatively influencing innovation strategy. The other two are positively influencing innovation strategy. All right. And the innovation strategy, in a way, actually influences the market performance. So we actually, in this article, we had 5 hypotheses and 4 hypotheses were accepted. Only one was rejected, namely access did not really influence positively on innovation strategy. Okay, next one. Now this is the third model. Can you go to the model? So this is the third model which is based on, we call it innovation value chain. Innovation value chain. Now what are the indicators of value chain? The 3 indicators are, one is idea generation. Something you feel creative means some good ideas must come, isn't it? New ideas must come. It should trigger from you. Then only we say it is new, right? So new ideas. So idea generation is very important for innovation. That is creative thinking, positive thinking. So what is the ultimate idea generation? You will get new ideas only when you think differently from the existing literature. This is idea generation. Next one is conversion. Conversion in the sense existing, for example, gadget is there, existing process is there, everything is there. How I'm going to change it, convert it into a new process or new governance or new system or new technology, that is conversion. The last one is diffusion. For example, this college has plenty of courses, plenty of knowledge, everything is digitalized. So I want to actually spread this idea to the colleges in rural places, for example, in Andhra Pradesh or Telangana. Then it will be what? Diffusion. Diffusion means spreading the knowledge to the underprivileged or spreading the knowledge to those who are lack of such knowledge. That is actually diffusion. Now, this will lead to innovation strategy again. And that goes to now two things. One is I want the service development as my outcome. The other one is delivery process. What type of delivery process? Is it business to business delivery or business to customer or business to customer directly? You understand? We call that as B2B business, B to B to C, isn't it? B to B to C. So there are different types of delivery mode. So we want to test how these three variables influence on innovation strategy, and in a way how these innovation strategy influences on these two, the outcome variables. Okay, next one. Now we found that our research says in this article, previous slide please, sorry. Previous slide says, except the conversion, we didn't get that as a significant variable, but idea generation and diffusion, these two are important factors which influences positively on innovation value chain. Understand? Okay, they are the predictors of this model. Okay, next one. Now, model 4. Now, here, what is the market condition? Will they accept your product? That's very important. You are now keep on producing. You have manufacturing sector, you have a service sector. We are now talking about service sector because both Digi and Maxis belong to service sector. And there are more than 500 outlets in Malaysia. We actually visited most of the outlets, and each outlet represented one person in this project. And we got the ideas, that is called the idea generation. We gathered information from them, and it was very useful to develop a model like this. Right? Okay, now here, actually, this one is, we created ourselves, value co-creation. There we introduced two new variables, namely value add, I'll show you later, value add and follow-up action. So, innovation value chain, just now I said there are three variables involved. One is dialogue, conversion, and diffusion. And the value co-creation is simply related to dot model. Dot model, what is the expansion of D? Dialogue. Then what? Access is second one. Risk is third one. Fourth one is transparency. That is value co-creation. Now, in that dimension, we included two more factors. They are value add and, of course, follow-up action. Okay. Then you see these two companies. I told you already that Digi is an international company, whereas Maxis is a local company. Because Maxis is a local company, they know the culture of Malaysian people. When the function, for example, Taipusami is on 11th February, they will organize different programs and they know how to sell in the market. Whereas Digi being international company, they are not able to capture the customers. This is a major problem. Therefore, we wanted to know whether the organizational culture moderates the relationship between the input variables on output variables. So this is the study is all about. And then we took again service innovation management that goes to the relevancy to market conditions. That means we took actually that as pricing. We have different pricing, customer-based pricing, competitor-based pricing, and then we have value-based pricing. So all that we have taken, that leads to market performance. So this is the model we developed, the business model we developed in our fifth article, journal article. And then finally, the outcome is your innovation can be productive or unproductive. Suppose most of the times I told you the Colgate one is unproductive. They stopped actually selling the toothbrush. Whereas the Gillette succeeded in the same idea. The model is same. The model is same. You need not have to buy every time handle. Okay? That is the model. But Gillette succeeded, whereas Colgate failed in the innovation. So therefore, don't think that always innovation should be productive one. No, it can even be unproductive. So that's why we took the outcome variable as productive or unproductive innovation. Okay, next one. Now, this is an elaborate one. This is the biggest thesis ultimately, but I'm not going to elaborate in detail. I'll give you the overall idea. Actually, Hull and Pitt, these two authors developed a model called SPOT model. SPOTS, SPOTS, SPOTS model. Now, the first S stands for strategy. Now, most of you in studying BBA, first and second years, I will ask this question. What do you mean by strategy? Planning, very good. Any other word for strategizing something? Now, actually here strategy provides the focus. What is the focus of this particular college? I was surprised, I never heard of like Arabic Day in a college in Hyderabad. Then later I was asked, the authorities here, they said not only for Arabic language, but for all the languages, we celebrate a separate day. Am I right? Oh, what a fantastic, atmosphere you are providing it to the students. What a lovely one. I never heard of this concept. Now I'm going to tell this in the next workshop in other colleges abroad. Oh, what a beautiful culture you are following. That is what we mean by strategizing our focus. And then only we can provide holistic education to students. Not just reading always, sitting in front of computer. All that will give you knowledge. But then you cannot have socialization. This is very important today. Once you have socialization with all languages, then you will be engaging others. You will be a good entertainer. Do you understand? So what we want today is not just reading books, getting marks. Please keep that in mind. Getting marks is okay. First class is okay. After that, what do you want? You should be a good entertainer. You should have knowledge, general knowledge. You should be exposed to many things like the language and other things. Alright? Okay. So, strategy. The next one is process. Now, process provides control. Suppose there are more than how many languages in this world? India itself has got 274 languages. Now, my next question is whether your college has facility to accommodate all the 274 languages in India first? No, certainly impossible. So, you should have control over which are the priority languages I'm going to consider for my college. You understand? That is actually the process. So you have the strategy, but then you should prioritize which are the languages are going to be considered. And you should have control over that. That is what we mean by processing. The next one is organization that comes in the vision mission statement of your college. So you have a mission statement, you have the vision statement, and then the students are, to be given education based on the vision statement of your college, right? That is actually organization provides coordination of people. Then only your college will go to the India map or even the world map after you are getting the recognition from outsiders. Alright. The next one is tools and technologies. We say user-friendly technology is so important for innovation. User-friendly technology. Do you understand? The last one is, of course, the system. So, sports model proposed by Hull and Pitt in 2003, they say three variables are so important for different types of innovation. That is strategy innovation, process innovation, and then organizational innovation, tools innovation, tools and technologies, and finally system innovation. These are the different types of innovation you should think of. All right? Okay. Next one. Now, next slide, please. Now, this is the model. The fifth model we developed for our journal article publication is how these five innovations influence on market performance, service development, and delivery process. All the three outcome variables. So far, any doubt, girls? You have any questions? I want to have some interactive session because professor, told me in advance you can have some interactive session with the girls. I want to give you scope to have, to address some questions from you. Any questions so far from your side? Or you want to have clarification? Or you want to know some other thing which you come across and then you want to put it under service innovation? Any interaction you want? Anyone from that block? I will wait for some time. Normally questions will come after some time. Okay? I don't mind waiting for 2-3 minutes.
Feel free to ask because we don't know the frequency. So, how many of you know the difference between invention and innovation? Do you know the difference between invention and innovation? Yes or no? Can anyone tell me what is the difference?
Please, madam. Please stand up so that others will see you. First girl. Very first girl. Yeah. So she says with proud, I know the difference between innovation and invention. Kindly explain.
Invention is nothing but inventing something new product. Innovation is already existing one and creating a new one.
Is it true, girls? Yes or no? To some extent, but not exactly. Okay, professor.
Yeah, there is a innovation equation given by Paul Trott. So, just let me tell me about myself. I served as a professor and principal in Pentagon Institute of Management, Boston College of Education. Am I audible to you?
Oh, you can use them.
Good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I want to thank Principal of St.Ann College for Women and Dr. Santoshi Madam and all other colleagues, Smita Madam, everyone. Professor Venugopal also, President of Innovation Council. The brief introduction about myself. I am Bhavanarayana Kandala. I studied MA Economics from Bayola Chennai, MBA PhD from JNTU. I am visiting faculty in IIM and Rohtak, Nagpur and Vizag. So, so 13 years I was in corporate. I was former manager in Siemens Telecom and 23 years I am in academics. I served as the president of IIC in Pentagon Institute of Management. So, the difference between invention and innovation. Any other people? would like to talk. She is, some extent, she is correct, but I would like to give you something more. So there is a very famous book, Innovation Management and New Product Development, written by Paul Hart. He has given an equation. He has innovation equation. So can you tell me how many types of innovations are there? Just guess. No, it's a interactive session. Don't feel free. There are no marks. There are no punishments. Friendly. Okay. Okay. Tell me names of. Can you just say commonly, frequently used innovations? Very good. Excellent. Super. Speak loudly. Very good. What is the other name for that? Marketing innovation. So, tell me, madam, what is the other name? There is a synonym, equivalent meaning words for marketing innovation. It is known as commercial innovation. See, the main difference between invention and innovation is, I am a cartoonist. I was secretary of Cartoon Association also. So, if I do any cartoon, keep it for myself, that is innovation. If I send it to the magazines, periodicals, publish it, so for a commercial, for remuneration, that is innovation. Commercialization is a component of innovation. Okay? Please refer in the book, there is the equations. Any other types of innovations? Someone said social innovation, but I did not come across. Okay, any other innovations? Sorry? Product, someone told already. Make it fast, please. Very good, excellent. Can you give an example for that? No problem. We learn from each other. No problem. At least she has told process innovation. Then the Pinkinson glass factory is a classic example for process innovation. So how milk is becoming curd is a process, right? Yeah. Online. Very good. Yeah. Any other? Sorry? Excellent. Organization innovation. So if you talk about A to Z, some of the alphabet I have not come across, around 5 alphabets. Can you give me a think, not now, later I can give to madam, she can share. Can you give an example of innovation starting with Z? Is that okay? See, if you talk about alphabetical innovations, starting with A, administrative innovation, ambidexterity innovation, architectural innovation. So, lot of definitions are there. I can give you 100 types of innovations. But commonly used innovations around 10 to 30 are there. So that far as I discussed about almost 10 innovations. If anyone is interested deeply, I can give that thing, so we can discuss that. So apart from this, I am also serving as a vice president AGPA for South Asia, and I would like to encourage students to present papers, publish papers, which is going to be very good for your job market. So if anyone is interested, I can help them. So startups also, because I served as the president of Innovation Council and I have some experience, I can help them to go about it. Okay. So you can take my number and email ID with madam. How many of you are interested, really interested to know the types of innovations? All of you? So I will share a 2-page paper to madam. She will circulate to you. Okay? Okay? Thank you so much. Any questions to me, please? See, George Bernard says that we know XYZ of everything, but we don't know ABCD of anything. In IIMs, IITs, they teach only pandas. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Actually, in whatever field you go, if you do something differently, we can call it as innovation. So process or product or organization or strategy, anything. You do something different, then that is innovation actually. Alright? Okay, now we will go for the next slide. Now, so these are pricing practices. One is consumer value informed pricing, lack of research in that area. And then we have competition informed pricing and cost informed pricing. As I told you already, market driven performance is you create an innovation model that should attract new customers, open to the market, and then you should have a market share on that, and then customers should satisfy with your product, process, or whatever it is, and then you should have retention of customers. That we call it loyalty. And the customers are returning back and buying the same products, then that is called what? Loyalty. Suppose I am moving from BSNL to Jio, for instance, then I have to justify why I am moving from BSNL to Jio. Maybe the cost may be less in Jio, or there may be number of other features which are available in Jio but not in BSNL. There must be some solid reasons, isn't it? Why I'm moving from one telecommunication industry to another. That means I'm not loyal to that company. I'm just frequently changing my SIM card. Alright? So I'm just changing my SIM card because I can define myself by saying the other company is providing much better facilities than the one which is existing to me. Isn't it? That means they are giving some innovative features which are not present in my existing SIM. We get the point? So that is what we mean by commercial invention, which Professor was told you. We told you about commercialization, market innovation. That is today becomes commercial innovation. Okay, next one. Next one is the overall framework. Can you show, madam? The overall framework we developed. Now, next slide, please. So, this is the overall framework of my Iranian PhD student. So, here the antecedent variables are the value co-creation. There we have already seen dialogue, access, risk, transparency. But we added two more dimensions, I told you. That is value added services and follow-up action. And here innovation value chain, already we have seen idea generation, conversion and diffusion. So these are my antecedent variables, which we call historical variables. For example, brand image of any company is an antecedent variable. Then my independent variables are service innovation management. There comes your spot model. All the 5 variables are there. Alright? And that is going to the pricing. Whatever innovation you do, if it is so costly, nobody will come and buy your product. Isn't it? So therefore, the mediating variable which enhances the business model is pricing here. So I told you there are 3 different aspects of pricing. Then it will lead to market-driven performance and of course operational-driven performance. Now finally here the very important factor we found is culture. So Max's culture is totally different from Digi's culture, and thereby Max is generating more revenue than what? Digi. Because the strategies they follow is so different from Digi. They know the Malaysian culture because it is a local company. Whereas Digi is different. It's an international organization wherein which it provides telecommunication services to many countries in the world. So they are following different culture which doesn't suit to the interest of the people in Malaysia. Alright? So therefore the organizational culture of Digi and Maxis moderate the relationship between the input variables on output variables. That is what our study says. All right. So next slide. So I'm not going to elaborate the analysis and the discussion part, but I will tell you the papers, the list of research papers we published out of this. Okay. So about 7 articles we published from the conceptualization, the framework I have shown you. So if you are interested in getting one of these journals, you can find it in my Google Scholar. You go to the Google Scholar and ask for Jayaraman Krishnaswamy, Google Scholar citations. You will find some of these papers. You can download the PDF. If you are not getting any of these papers, please write to my email. I will send you the paper. Okay. So, any questions?
Please feel free to ask questions. Another 10 minutes we are going to complete.
So if you want to pursue higher education in Malaysia, there are plenty of avenues available. So because I was working for both public university for 8 years and the private university for 6 years. So I had a very long period of experience in Malaysian universities. So even Singapore universities we visited, and so whenever the Vice Chancellor goes to another university to recruit staff, I also accompany him to recruit staff members and the students. So if you want to pursue any degrees in Singapore or Malaysia, please let me know. You have my email, madam? Phone number. So you can always get my email and phone number, and then you can plan your master's degree. This is very important because today undergraduate degree is not enough. I feel personally. So if you have master's degree, then you can settle in good companies. That's what. So your career will be growing rather. So better you pursue master's degree, but with good universities. I suppose that this college also offers MBA, right, madam? It's an integrated program or separate one? It's a separate program, so you can pursue anywhere you want. But then you should think of your aspirations towards job. That is very important. So identify from your heart in which area you are interested in. This is very important. That should come only from you, not from your parents, or not from your mentors, or not from your teachers, right? So it has to come from you. You just find out the interest within you. Once it comes out, you can do wonders in that area. Okay? So whatever you do, please do with dedication. That will fetch you a very good dividend. So with that, I stop. If there are no questions. Yes, madam.
Yes.
For mathematics, computer science,
Can you speak loudly so that?
Yes,
come
madam.
and
You
speak.
can come and speak. Or the Stanley.
Yeah.
So as a mathematics lecturer, for my mathematics students, basically, who are pursuing their mathematics and computational skills, are there any innovative strategies? Can they go for any kind of innovations? See, basically, when we take into account the BSc Life Science, students, probably if it is, botany, they can probably go for innovative things like, something like herbal beauty products or, something which probably everybody uses. But for mathematics students, because already math subject is too abstract, and they also feel that the subject is very complex or difficult. And today, with this generation students who are more towards social media and they are tempted towards mobile phones, they're spending a lot of their time in mobile phones. So some kind of easy strategy or easy method where we can as teachers we can attract them towards innovation and probably we can put them into the right track. So I just wanted your guidance.
Okay. See, actually, I give lecture on 3 C's for more than 2 hours. One is communication, so important today in the world. The other one is computing. That is mathematics students. They are good at computing, may not be good at communication. Isn't it? Most of the mathematicians I have seen, including me in the world, they are so good at computing. Isn't it? Coding, programming, things like that. So the 3 C's I give workshop on that. One is communication, the other one is commuting, or I'm sorry, commutation, that is computing. The third one is commitment to the work. Please, commitment. If you are committed, you can do wonders. All right, that is commitment. Now, coming to answer to her professor's question, I feel, for mathematics students today, the scope is very high. In USA, they are asking only programmers. Programmers, that is good at coding. The one who is a mathematician who can do better coding than any others field professionals. I tell you this. You understand? So mathematicians can do wonders in coding, writing programs in any language, C, C+. And my suggestion to mathematics graduate is, in addition to your degree, please do additional courses. Like today, you have in the internet, so many courses are freely available. You go to YouTube and see, Python courses are offered free of cost. You learn. You try to learn one software and develop the skills in programming. Because in your undergraduate courses, they may not find time to teach, programming languages. Because they have to cover their own syllabus. Alright? So we have the prescribed syllabus for mathematics students, both in undergraduates as well as in postgraduates. So what you are supposed to do is, you have to do some additional side-by-side courses, which will definitely, I tell you, in the long run, very useful for your job assignments. All right? So, because most of the software courses are freely available now. Why don't you go to MATLAB, for instance? How many of you know MATLAB, for instance? Today, MATLAB is leading in the world. So, do you teach MATLAB in the class? Okay, so if you have a practical sessions, kindly expose yourself with how to do programming in MATLAB, how to specialize yourself in MATLAB applications, because it covers everything in mathematics. All right. So therefore, my advice for mathematics students would be, you try to familiarize yourself with one of the computer language. Definitely, it will yield much to you. Thank you. Yes, Professor.
Thank you. And I want to give an example. My wife is a PhD mathematics 1995 SU University, Tirupati, good friend of Dr. Santoshi. She served as President of Innovation Council in Loyola Academy. She served 24 years Loyola Academy, and presently she is in Visual Sony. And my daughter is a chartered accountant, and my son-in-law is an accenture. He's a engineering. And if anyone wants, me and Professor Raman, we are serving students to teach business intelligence, SPSS, predictive analytics, SEM, structural equation. We can teach you for a nominal price for students. If anyone is interested, you can approach. And we show the. I am going to show you the list of innovations. Would you be interested in seeing? Okay, thank you. I will look at it. So, any questions for me or for Professor? Please feel free to ask. You are not going to lose anything if you ask question. Yes, madam. Please. You tell your name and your background. Please come here. You can come. Very good. Nice. Excellent. Anyone wants to start a startup also, we can help. Those who are interested in becoming entrepreneurship. And if you have any IPR about that intellectual property rights also, we can discuss. We have a very good team along with the lawyers and the very IAS. A lot of people are there in my team, so we can help students. Yeah, please. Please tell your name first and what you are
Good
doing.
afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Madams over here and my dear friends. I am Navya from BSc MSCS second year. So my question is, how data analysis is playing a role in innovation, in this real world at present world?
Actually, to answer your question, my son-in-law is working in Google, actually, in USA. That is Bay Area. He is an engineer. So it's time up, or you feel we can stop at this juncture or answer some of the questions? I don't mind in answering. Sometimes for companies, I'm used to handle 6 hours class continuously with the lunch there itself. Okay? So to answer your question, why I'm telling, your question is how data analysis becomes innovation, right? So today, we don't know about demand supply equation. You know, demand supply, demand can be, deterministic in some cases. Demand can be probabilistic in some cases. Most of the companies, the demand is probabilistic, meaning unknown. You are starting a hotel. Can you tell how many breakfasts I have to prepare tomorrow? How many lunch, how many customers will come to have lunch in your hotel? Nobody knows. The demand is unknown. So you have to forecast, predict the demand and also the supply. How much I have to buy and keep in reserve. Otherwise, I will lose. It will go as waste. You understand? So therefore, for prediction, data analysis is a must. For forecasting, data analysis is definitely required. We call that as time series model. So, in fact, my son-in-law says, why don't you join Google? Why you are staying in India? But I said, I want to give hereafter knowledge to our students in India. Because I have been serving only Malaysian students for more than 15 years. But now it is my turn to give back because I studied my entire education of 13 years with the scholarship from Tamil Nadu government. So I was a merit scholar, rank holder. So I didn't pay even a single paisa from my pocket to my education. So far, 13 years of education free of cost from government money.
Individual social responsibility.
So it is my responsibility to give back to my own kids and kids like you. Understand? So I treat everyone as my own belongings. Alright? So therefore, to answer your question, data analysis is the order of the day. Order of the day. Without data analysis, nothing can be predicted, nothing can be forecasted, nothing. So for innovation, you have to forecast. How you will innovate a product without knowing the prerequisite for your product? So if you want to know the prerequisite of your product, then you have to do forecasting. This is the same project I did it for recently Motorola. Now Motorola, as you know, it is selling what? Earlier you had Motorola Mobile, right? Now no one is using Motorola Mobile. So now they are having which product? Can you? Yes, walkie-talkie. Now in India is one of the basket for world market of Motorola. Motorola is actually, please sit down. Now Motorola is transporting walkie-talkie for 27 countries in the world today. Okay, but they have less idea about demand and supply. So I was a consultant. They were telling the old model that we are using this forecasting model for all the 27 countries and we are not able to innovate anything on transportation. Now there are two ways of finance involved in this. If they over predict the demand, what will happen? They will be transporting too much of Motorola walkie-talkie to the different platforms, and ultimately they are not in a position to sell because the demand is less. The products have to return to the company. All right, that involves financial transaction. The other one is the demand is more, but the supply is less. Then they will lose the business. So both the transactions involve what? Finance, cost, money. Alright? So therefore for Motorola, we used the statistical models, namely data analysis, and predicted what should be the demand in future for your walkie-talkie. with respect to each country in the world. See, this is not an innovation. So they have minimized the trial and error to the extent of 20% based on statistical data analysis. 20%, that's a huge. Earlier they used to commit 40% residual error. Now they were able to minimize that 40% to 20% error of prediction of what? Demand and supply equation. You get my point? So this is actually innovative models, all right, for data analysis. Okay, any other questions? Very interesting. Thank you for asking this.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rida speaking.
One second, just, your question, please sit down. So, two things I want to tell you. In US and other countries, advanced countries, medical doctors, engineering people, they are getting less income compared to a data scientist. The highest paid people in abroad is data scientists. Okay, that is one thing. Second thing is those who want to go internship with AGBA, so we can approach madam, so we can help you doing internship also. Please get your question. Come, yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rida speaking from DBA first year. First of all, thank you for the informative session, sir. My question to you is, you've visited many profound universities from around the world. Where did you find the best quality of education and career scope?
Best quality of education and scope, you mean?
Best quality of education and career scope.
Okay, career scope. Okay. So actually, best quality of education, I feel school-wise India is the best. The best. So let us give big applause for that. Yes. So I have seen, from east to west, from Australia to USA, all type of education, middle education, higher education, everything. But I have never seen such a model which is available in schools. I'm not saying colleges, please, with the quotes. Schooling education is the best in India. I can say this anywhere in the world. Schooling education is best in India. Okay? Why? Because, we have systematized programs in schools. Whereas college education, India doesn't provide a great infrastructure what others are providing in the world. That is the thing. So I visited Stanford University and University of Texas, Dallas. The place itself, I'm not able to cover within 2 days. Such a big infrastructure, such a big lab, and they invested like anything. Here, because of the population of 1.4 billion, can you do that much? Even giving food to 1.4 million is a big task for the government. Alright? So I'm proud to say that I'm an Indian mainly because we are feeding 1.4 million per day, which none of the countries in the world is doing. None of the countries in the world is doing. None of the 200 countries in the world is doing. 1.4 million or billion are eating every day. You understand? So coming to this question, quality of education, it differs in terms of infrastructure, in terms of orientation, in terms of learning, in terms of subject, in terms of tier universities. Even in USA, you got superior university, inferior university. You understand? Tier 1 university, tier 3 universities. So therefore the quality differs. Even in developed countries, the quality differs. The quality differs with respect to subject, with respect to university, with respect to teachers, with respect to students intake, everything. So therefore we cannot generalize the quality of education in universities. Okay, to some extent I can tell you for management, I can tell you for mathematics. But then overall, you cannot give the list of quality colleges or quality universities in the world. Okay? The second question is the scope. Now, scope means, for example, example, Norway is the richest country in the world, and all the families in Norway, they are all millionaires. You can just go to the website and see. Okay, can you provide such millionaires in India? Impossible, impossible. But then you being young and you can make India a better place for living and change the lifestyle, change the purchasing power, everything because you are young and I would say, India's tomorrow within quotes. Tomorrow's India is within your hands. My dear girls, do your best. Thank you.
I did not get your name. What is your name? That okay. You are from BBA. So what is the area of interest? Marketing, finance, HR, what is it? Finance. See, if you take management education, in Hyderabad itself, we have Indian School of Business. We have IIT Hyderabad. In that there is a Department of Liberal Arts. Generally, most of the IITs, they have Department of Management Science. And there are something called MIT, National Institute of Technology, Warangal. They also have the management stream. And we have state universities like JNTU, like University of Hyderabad, Maulana Abdul Kalam National University. In Hyderabad itself, we have a lot of management education. My suggestion for you is write CAT exam. There is a XLRI also, MChat. So you have to write ZAT, ZAT exam. Like that, BITS pyramid is there, Hyderabad. MIT is there. Sorry, IMT is there. Institute of Management Technology. Marci Mohanji is there in Hyderabad. So a number of these schools are there. So please go ahead as per your aptitude and which specialization you want to take. So there, see the website, see the faculty. So whichever is good for you, you can select. If you have any further questions, you can. We are here to clarify the doubts. Most welcome. And Sal was telling about Indian education. You have seen the difference between and before NEP, new education policy in India, after. You have seen the difference? Have you? Yes or no? No. See, earlier, if you have to take a mathematics, if you have to take a stream, mathematics, statistics, some other subjects. Okay? Now, you can take any subject. You can take music, you can take sports. That is a new education policy. So, because of the paucity of time, lack of time, we are going to close it. So, if you have any other questions, have you seen the list of innovations here? So, can you count how many are there approximately? Sorry. Second page. I have not numbered. There are 107 types. Okay? So 30 are frequently used. If you want to go deep in subject, you can just go through that. Any help you can refer to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for an enlightening and thought-provoking session. I now invite Sudiksha, President of Math Club, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon. On behalf of everyone present here, I would like to extend sincere gratitude to our distinguished speaker, Professor Krishna Swami Jayaraman sir, for delivering such an insightful and inspiring session. Your passion for business and dedication to enlighten students shown through every word you spoke today. Your expertise and the valuable knowledge you have shared today has truly enriched us and has provided us a deeper understanding on construction of business models in telecommunications industry. We are immensely grateful for the time and effort you invested in broadening our horizons and inspiring us to delve deeper into your field of expertise. Your presence has not only enriched our academic experience, but it has also ignited a newfound and profound curiosity and appreciation for business modeling. Your effort in making this session engaging and thought-provoking is deeply appreciated. Once again, we thank you, sir, for taking the time to be with us and sharing your wisdom. Also, a big shout out to the math department for putting together this awesome event. Huge thanks to the principal, Dr. Sister A. Vijayarani, and correspondent Sister Prashanti for giving us this amazing platform. I also thank technical staff, Sundar sir, Francis sir, Nelson sir, and Jagdish sir for their time and support. And of course, a massive thank you for all the participants for being a part of this event and making it a huge success. Thank you to each and every one of you. Now, I request everyone to kindly rise to the national.
One second.
जन गणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I love to take a photograph with you all. So I invited the photographer. Please be seated in your place. For a minute. Finally. Okay, please stand here. Please stand. Madam, please.
Girls, I request you all to kindly be seated just for a minute. Speaker sir wants to have a photograph with all of you. I request you all to kindly settle down quickly. Just 2, 3 snaps.
This is a request.
I request you all to kindly sit.
Madam can be in the center. So,